Hi, my name is Leslie Williams, and this is the continuation of the previous tidbit file, because that tidbit files are in reference to just flashpoints of what targets experience and what's going on, or current events, recent events, who's involved, any of those particular tidbits of information. And this is a continuation of the previous file. Now, and since it's a tidbit file, I'm going to jump to a separate section of what targets and me put up with on a daily basis. And I'm going to give you a preliminary introduction in reference to what I put up with every single day. Now, yesterday, right now they're going through finals over at USD. And I'm sure probably over at SDSU too, because most universities operate on the same type of schedule when it comes to semesters and when they begin and end. And as a result of universities preparing for finals and going through finals, a lot of students use the library for computer purposes, research purposes, group studying, and so on and so forth, and for gathering for social reasons, and because the library is open for 24 hours for about, I think, at least 10 days. Now, on the last 3 days that I've been over at USD in the library, the camp, and especially since the Informer report posted another video in reference to me on May 6, 2012, the organized stalking expedition that is going on over at USD is picking up again, because they go through peaks and valleys, and it's mostly peaks, and but sometimes the peaks are extremely escalated. The last 3 days, what they've been doing is using a lot more people on that campus to engage in organized stalking activities towards me. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Hang on a second, please. I'm just a person. Okay, I'm a person who's literally, as you can tell in the video that's in the comments feature of this one, you'll discover why this situation that I'm making this video in right now, how it was created and why. I'm just a person, okay, that's on Social Security, and I don't have the money or the lawyer connections, you know, like a university does, especially a university like University of San Diego, because it's even got its own law department. It's directly connected to the Catholic Church, and you know, they're connected as a result of the millions and millions and millions of dollars they generate for the tax base in the community, and how the city council and the mayor, and you know, I found out in California, in San Diego, they have what is known as, they connect all the city and state governments together, okay, in order to be able to share information in reference to how they can make sure that communities are interlocked and can communicate well with each other, and how services can be connected when needed, including safety services. You would not believe what I know in reference to the organized crime that is in the system. This is not just a few employees that are using their employment descriptions to make an extra buck, or to use their employment description to possibly get over on somebody else, or maybe even possibly, you know, hurt somebody, that like have somebody fired as a result of one of their subordinates or fellow co-workers or whatever. This is not just bullshit, okay, acts of crime. This is literal organized crime, a crime syndicate in the system, okay? And what they do is engage in organized harassment towards a target that they select. Okay, now if you look at the video that's in the comments feature of this one, you'll clearly be able to scrutinize what how this is described and who they are. Now, I have been gang stalked, which is definitely known as organized stalking, on USD campus. An organization that's online that exposes organized stalking, remote neural monitoring, and what its targets go through online, posted some videos. One on 4/3/2012 and one on 5/6/2012. And as a result of them literally engaging in the organized stalking tactic of cyber surveillance, cyber espionage, email, including email interception, they are aware that this organization has made some videos in my name They're also aware that other people are posting the brutal assault from MTS, how they staged it, they had me assaulted on their bus, and then the fact that MTS sent me an altered video. So what they're doing is, part of the reason why organized stalking is subjected towards a target is to break them down, okay? And what they do when they see that a target is not reacting, and they can see a target's not reacting by having the organized stalkers observe them, the physical ones, and through the capabilities of remote neural monitoring, how the target's reacting to it mentally and how the target is acting to it physiologically. Yeah, by watching the central nervous system signals. My name is Leslie Williams. All you gotta do is go to Google and type in remote neural monitoring and thoroughly review the PDF files online, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You can also go to YouTube and type in organized stalking David Larson, the Popeye videos, and listen very closely. Now, also James Walbert is another good introduction and reference to what's happening to us targets. Over at USD in the library, I am literally subjected to organized overt harassment. And, you know, unless you know how I'm being harassed through overt sensitization tactics, if you were to come in and sit around me, it would be extremely hard for you to be able to see that I'm being harassed. They harass me by shutting down my internet activity, and then once they shut it down, as I'm directly experiencing it being shut down, they'll cough. See, this is what you have to investigate, what organized stalking is and how they operate, their methods and tactics, and you can do that by going to Google and YouTube. Especially YouTube. YouTube has actually literally got some videos online that clearly, you can just go to YouTube and type in organized stalking methods part 1, or gang stalking methods part 1, part 2, tactics, whatever. And you'll flat out see what you can also go to YouTube and type in organized stalking and sensitization, organized stalking and slander. Go to YouTube and type in listen to a stranger. That's in part how they can get people in the community to harass a target. The whole goal is to subject a person to non-stop overt and covert harassment. The covert harassment is the microwave auditory effect, the remote neural monitoring, and the cyber espionage. Also, the other tactics that are used in a covert manner, like stealing your rent. Like even running apartments that are adjacent to targets. Cross-reference that to organized stalking at Google. So the whole goal is to get around me and engage in tactics that they already have me sensitized to, which are putting your finger to your mouth, putting your finger over your mouth, touching your nose like this, patting the top of your head, stroking your hair back, taking your hat off and stroking your hair back and then putting your hat back on, or just taking your hat off and putting it back on, coughing in specific ways, clearing your throat in specific ways, going like this with your mouth. Let's see what else. Clearing your nose, your sinuses is like this. Lately, they've been trying to sensitize me to doing this and doing this. And since I'm making videos about it, and they see what videos I upload, they're starting to do it now more on an escalated scale, because they want to make sure that you know, okay, that you're being monitored, and since you're talking about it, they will literally continue to do it on a more escalated scale in order to form the association in a target's mind that yes, we know that you know about it, and now that we know that you know we know about it, we're going to do it on a more escalated scale, because the whole goal is to make you feel mentally raped, to make you feel like your privacy is being raped, and to subject you to things that you are aware of in order to taunt and flaunt the harassment through association. The association by them knowing that you know, and the association by actually them doing it purposely to you since you know it. Yeah. This is the audacity that they do it. And they get around you and they repeat it in a non-stop fever scale, using everybody they can. Because you got to remember, on campuses, there are fraternities, there are civic groups, and what they do is approach these individuals, okay, and tell them lies about a target. And then say, we're trying to run this target off campus because they're a thief, a drug user, a drug dealer, a prostitute, whatever slander, okay, that will excite the nature of that group or an individual, okay. They will do it and use it in order to get those people to go in the library and just even if it's just to walk by a target one time to do this. And it's all done to make a target feel like they're being victimized by total strangers, and that they had the power to be able to get so many people on board. And let me tell you about another thing they do. And understand this and be clear, I have literally watched a YouTube video in reference to Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance was doing did a video on people that were calling in and talking on a radio talk show radio broadcast, and this woman literally flat out said the same exact thing. They will have targets raped and then literally stimulate that memory of that rape and then taunt a target about it as they're experiencing the memory. They stimulate the memory by using remote neural monitoring, and then they'll use electronic harassment to taunt the target about the memory, the theme of the memory. Yeah. This is the nature and audacity of these individuals. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, go to Google and type in gang stalking or organized stalking, rape, shoving a sock in a girl's mouth, and listen and look at that. Okay, just look at it. You'll see exactly what I just described is directly associated to the methods they use in that particular story. My name is Leslie Williams, and if you go to Google and type in remote neural monitoring, you'll flat out see that they got the ability to literally monitor a target's memories. Because it's remote neural monitoring. Memories are in neural circuits, neural pathways. And this is the literal heinous nature of these extreme criminals. They will literally have targets raped, and as a target is experiencing the rape, they're feeling it physiologically, and they're seeing it. Okay? And what they'll do is identify that neural network, literally, and then stimulate it back into a target's consciousness, and then use electronic harassment to taunt them about how a target's seeing it and how a target's responding to it again in real time as a result of them experiencing the memory again. And most targets don't even know that remote neural monitoring is being used on them. So they just believe they're having a memory of an assault. But they got to hear the electronic harassment about the assault. Which, if they don't have any understanding of what electronic harassment is, they can't figure out how they're hearing people taunting them about being raped. This is the clear audacity and criminal expeditions of these individuals. Let me tell you something right now. USD library staff, reference staff, students, circulation staff, and the people that are in the little offices that are alongside the wall leading towards the bathroom and in the office that's right behind the reference staff are directly connected to these sensitization harassment campaigns. Also, employees at La Ploma restaurant over at University of San Diego and the Bistro, along with students, because they watch where you're going. Okay, if I pick up my stuff to get up and leave to go somewhere else on campus, even if it's just to have a cigarette break or the bathroom, they'll literally stage these people to be along my routes because they're using remote neural monitoring in order to be able to see that I am deducing and processing where I'm getting up to go. And that's how they station the organized stalkers along the route of where I'm going and where I'm going to literally engage in these sensitization tactics to make me feel harassed. And it's all about exciting mental responses to the harassment. It's nothing but circular looped harassment that's intentionally, deliberately, with total malice of forethought being expedited against innocent human beings. Then I leave the campus and get on a Green Line trolley and experience it. Then if I think to myself I'm going to Denny's, through the community notification list, they notify Denny's employees and I have them do it. Review extensively businesses and organized stalking, retail stores and organized stalking, and transportation, trolley routes. Yeah, so a target has to see it non-stop everywhere they go, including their routes to places back and forth and places they go to, like restaurants. And they had the power positions in the community who they're connected to have those people contact businesses of places targets going to get the employees to engage in the same tactics. So in other words, a target is literally subjected to this harassment every single second throughout their whole entire day. Everywhere they go, the walking routes, the places they go to for the whole duration of while they're there, with their transportation routes leaving, then the businesses they go to on their way home, yeah, the restaurants they might go to, the movie theaters, and that's all achieved through the organized stalking and the community notification, which is directly connected to the city, state, and local, federal governments have the power position to use this community notification as a tool for harassment to break down targets. My name is Leslie Williams, San Diego, California.